All right, I've been feeling a bit frustrated recently because I feel like I imagine it's a very common kind of like struggle where I know what I need to be doing and I know what makes me feel good, like what puts me in a good headspace and what keeps me motivated, keeps me kind of inspired, keeps me productive as well. Um, but I often find myself just not meeting that standard, not sticking to those systems that I know work. It's like I know what works. I know how to I know how to structure my days and structure my life so that I'm feeling good, I'm getting shit done, and I'm feeling like I'm building momentum and yeah, ultimately like being the sort of person that I want to be. Um, and so there's this real frustration around not doing it and not really knowing why. I think it's got, for me, I think it's got a lot to do with like dopamine and just trying to regulate that. Because on top of things, like I have ADHD, and so I think the importance of like kind of being on like a dopamine detox is like on steroids. Um, because my brain is literally wired to just like, you know what I mean? Like it's a lot. If I'm like overstimulating myself and I'm like, uh, I'm not speaking very well today. But if I'm in a space where I'm just doing a lot of the sort of stuff which feels really fun, um, then really like my brain in terms of my capacity to like do harder things and like work and like produce like good stuff, um, is like significantly negatively impacted. So I've got to keep that in mind, and I think a big goal over the next probably what we got 4 or 5 days left of 2025 is just to like get myself back into a pattern where I'm building that positive momentum again. Um, I'm making sure that I'm prioritizing just limiting the amount of like kind of artificial dopamine in my day. Just I actually deleted Instagram completely off my phone, like a couple of weeks ago, because I realized that for me to have Instagram on my phone is just allowing a source of like low key, just like depression to come into my life. Like not like proper like not like not like proper depression or whatever. But I mean like if I sit and I scroll on reels for like 20 minutes, I am fucked for like literally the rest of the day. Um, and that's like just 20 minutes. Let alone like if you just feel shit one day and you end up just like scrolling on your phone for like an hour. And that's just not me. Like I'm not the type of person that does that. Like I've rewritten that identity for myself. Um, so yeah, that's one kind of like action step I've taken recently. I've just like gone, nah, look, why do you have that on your phone? Like just get rid of it. I re-downloaded it because I had this plan of like I wanted to start making content on Instagram going into 2026. Um, but you know, I've recently realized that that's potentially me chasing novelty and excitement instead of just sticking with what's already working, um, and where I feel like I can actually deliver the most value. Um, so I'm putting that Instagram content idea on the back burner. I also feel like a main reason I'd be doing it is kind of like out of ego, a bit, um, which is never a good way to approach things. Um, what else? I guess like yeah, it's that sense of frustration knowing what I need to do and then not doing it. And um, I mean, I've come a long way in the past like 2, 3 years with that. Because the sort of day where I'd complain about now and I'd go like, damn, I didn't get much done. Like that was not like an amazing day. Like I feel kind of shit. Those kind of days now, I would have dreamed of having when I first kind of got into like self-improvement. I first started trying to, okay, cool. Like, you know, when I was like 14 years old and I was like, I want to do something different. I want to do something great. I want to become someone cool, like, and like do something cool. And my mind kind of always went to like entrepreneurship, like sort of, or like music, like something creative. I don't know. But the point is, like, since that time when I've been really trying to focus on like, okay, cool, I got to get shit done, and I got to get really good at getting shit done. I've come a long way since that point, and my average day now is pretty damn good. Like, definitely compared to where it was, and the general trend and like trajectory I'm on is really good, right? Like I'm getting better, like as the weeks and the months and the years go by. But this next year is gonna demand a lot from me, and I know it. Like I know it is, and I'm gonna have to show up. And no one can show up for me. And part of showing up is showing up for myself in terms of keeping myself disciplined with the like systems and routines and structures in my life that I need to remember are there for a reason, because when I neglect those, everything kind of goes to shit. And I genuinely find myself sitting around wondering, why do I feel like this? When it's like the most obvious shit in the world. It's like, well, you neglected everything that makes you feel good and makes you be able to produce good work. Why do you think you feel shit? Like, yeah, so that's kind of just what's on my mind at the moment. That sort of frustration about knowing what I need to do and not doing it. And I guess I gotta realize that since next year is gonna demand a lot from me, and I do need to show up, the act of continuing to neglect those systems and routines and structures in my life that help me show up as like in the best way I can, continuing to neglect those is an act of sabotaging my own supposed ambitions, is an act of selfishness. And one thing something I hate about myself is I feel like I'm naturally, like I can be very selfish. And I genuinely hate that about myself. So any little area like that in my life where I feel like I'm just being selfish here is, I think about it a lot, and I really focus on like cutting that shit out, or like overcoming that, or dealing with it, because that's just something I refuse to tolerate about my own nature. Yeah, I guess that's where I'm at.